Let me just make a video real quick to clear up some things that you might be concerned about, you might be confused about, you may not know. I don't know what's going on with you, but I'm going to set the record straight here. Now, after the last video, I didn't think I was going to make any more because I really don't want to do YouTube. Well, I want to do YouTube, but not like this. I wanted a YouTube channel before, doing on another topic, but that's not the discussion for this video. You reached out to me, when I started making videos about the whole Seti Nash tattoo situation. And just for the record, I actually really don't care what anybody's opinion of my tattoo is, including him. He knew I was going to get it before I got it, and we discussed it. And if he likes it or doesn't like it, he said that he likes it, you know. But really, that whole situation with me getting angry was not about him not saying my name necessarily, because I really don't care about the internet. I don't, make my money from YouTube, so to speak. I really don't care. I'm not really a people person, to be quite honest with you. I don't like people. So, I don't care what any of y'all's opinion of me is. But I got angry with him because of principle. It's not about, a name or a tattoo or anything like that. This is about principle. The issues with me and him, primarily because of that, was one, I was upset that he tried to deny the realisticness of the tattoo. When he denied that it could have been real, that's what really pissed me off. It's one thing for you to just say, because I'm thinking, first of all, I didn't even know he was going to make a video about it. But then when he did, I'm thinking, well, okay, he doesn't necessarily have to say my name. He might be trying to leave the door open to get other women or something or whatever. But when he sat there and said that the tattoo may or may not be real, and then started to go into trying to make fun of me in front of other people, that was the principle there that I got upset about. And how he did everything to deny the moment, deny the legitimacy of the tattoo, to deny me and my identity, and to deny the relationship that we had, whether it be I knew him for one day or 100 years. That was about principle. It was unnecessary and uncalled for. And yes, I addressed it. But you came on my video, and I guess you don't like Seti Nash for whatever reason. And to be quite honest with you, I really don't know why. In the midst of you texting me, you said he copied you or something. I don't really know what you're talking about. I didn't even know you. First of all, didn't even know who you were until you reached out to me. I guess you're some Hassan Campbell's friend or something like that. I don't know. You basically came and wanted to try to start, I don't know, you wanted to try to come and start some relationship with me and dating or something. Then you want to talk about YouTube. I don't know what your intentions were. I guess what you wanted to do was have sex with me so that you can get back at Seti Nash for having sex or trying to talk to some girl of yours on YouTube. Or maybe you just don't like Seti Nash, so you want to try to have sex with, I don't know. I don't know what your issue is. I'm sure that the only attraction that you truly have to me is that I have a vagina and I'm attached somehow to Seti Nash. That's the only thing that you have. And yeah, you're doing like really, really corny stuff, just saying I love you, knowing in 2 days in, knowing good and goddamn well you don't. It's like I don't think I come off as a stupid person. So for you to assume automatically that that was going to work on me, for one, is insulting. For two, for you to think that I'm stupid or desperate enough to go from Seti Nash to you is amazing. Now, he and I may have had our issues, and I have issues with him, but I'm not going to go from Seti Nash to you. Why would I do that? You're like on some shoddy shit. You're trying to be shoddy, and why would I go from Takashi to you? I mean, I don't know about Sarah, but that wouldn't be a decision I would make. That's just in general anyway. But especially not to someone who, like, there's a lot of random girls on the internet, I guess, that dated you or you date them. And it says, and if you look at them, and I'm just looking at some of the women that are making videos about you and all this other kind of stuff. And it's like, I really, you know what? You approach me. See, you're a player, so to speak, or you call yourself a player, but it's really not that difficult to be a player, especially not nowadays. You know, If you could do it, you know what I'm saying, a lot of other people could, you know. You came to me in a very cold, un it's like a very cold, just unpersonalized way. Even though you're friendly and you're nice, you're very friendly, very, cool to hang around or listen to or whatever, you're very upbeat and funny and all that kind of stuff. So, no, you don't say the same. You're intelligent enough to know not to say the same things exactly to me that you say to every other female, but the approach is exactly the same. And the way you approached me was what was insulting, is that you really, really thought that you knew me, first off, and just for the simple fact that I'm a female. Well, here's a news flash. This is something that's really going to get you. Not only was I born female, but I was also born intelligent too. And not only that, I was born with my own identity. What that means is that for you to try to quote unquote seduce me, you would have to get to know something about me. And you would have to know more than I have a vagina. Sorry to tell you that. I don't know what type of dating you've been having. I'm assuming it's probably been gravy for you, because for you to approach someone like me and just think, just by you merely texting me, that I'm supposed to be enamored enough by you to have sex or whatever you're trying to do. I mean, it's funny to me. It really is. First of all, why would I want to have sex with you? Even if I didn't like any Seti Nash or whatever the case may be, why would I have sex with you when there's like all these old women that you keep having sex with? You need to stop having sex with all these fucking old ladies, these golden girls, before you catch worms. And stop fucking old women on their plastic covered ass couches. How the fuck are you going to go from some old bitch to me? I mean, not to say there aren't good looking old women, but I mean, you're not even going for like old women that are, that look good for their age. Like, there's women who, look good. They're like, wow, she's 60, or wow, she's 70 something. Matter of fact, I saw a woman that was in her 70s and I didn't believe it. I was like, wow, she's in her 70s. You don't even get, popping old women or women that are like, very old and graceful. You're just having sex with old nasty whores. And you have a negative view of women, and and this is the thing. It's like, I think you're seeking that out. See, you dudes have negative views of women, these players, manosphere player, whatever you want to call them, but you're seeking those women out. And when you find a woman like me that has character, integrity, principles, and self-esteem, then you don't know what to do. I told you from the get-go, you dumb motherfucker, that you were not going to be able to handle me intellectually, and you can't handle my personality. I told you that. You say, why do you love that nigga Sadie Nash so much? I told you why. First of all, I don't have a very easy personality to deal with. I really, really don't. Not very many people on this planet can deal with me, let alone the way he does. He is a person that doesn't have to say anything for the most part. And I pretty much will, correct my behavior or whatever the case. He doesn't have to say anything. And you want to know why? Because Sadie Nash is more intelligent and charismatic than you. Here's something else. You will never, ever amount to him. You don't know why a person has feelings for a person, or what they go through, or what special bond they share. Here's something that people don't know. I am, technically speaking, as far as IQ is concerned, I was born a genius. I have an extremely high IQ. And the people that I can even relate to on any kind of level, especially a relationship, is going to be very slim pickings for me. I'm not a person like you where I don't have to think about IQ or anything like that when I'm dealing with people. This is something that average and low IQ people don't have. They take this for granted, that they can just talk to anybody and they don't have to worry about, it being a one-sided relationship where you're basically alone because the person can't relate to you and the other person is feeling alienated and maybe, inferior or something because they can't match you intellectually. You want to know why I love him so much? Well, one of the reasons why is because it's very difficult to find anybody with a high IQ. And he has a high IQ enough to the point where he can actually, it's one of the first people I've actually spoken to, and I did not feel alone. See, that's something that you don't ever have to think about. You know, regular, average IQ people, you don't have to worry about any of the things that someone with a high IQ has to think about, especially socially. You take for granted something simple as just being able to go to a party. You think, well, that's simple, just go to a party. What's the deal? Well, yeah, but what if you basically are so matter of fact, scratch that. One of the best things I can say to try to give you perspective is going to the movies. This is something that average people don't have to think about. Well, they see a movie trailer on TV and they just want to go to the movies. And they go see a movie, they get their popcorn and they leave and then they talk about it. Well, imagine being someone with an extremely high IQ and trying to go to a movie to where you basically know what they're going to say before they say it, what they're going to do before they do it, even though you've never seen the movie before. And then imagine how you would feel going into a movie theater with a group of people. They're all looking around and they don't know what's going to happen next. Meanwhile, you can already see what's going to happen because of that. Having a high IQ is a burden. It's a blessing. I'm not going to say it's not, but it is also a huge burden that you have to deal with. I told you you were not going to be able to deal with me. I don't know why you kept pressing the issue. Then you try to use these little these little sorry little tactics in order to try to get in with me, telling me how Seti Nash is dealing with other women. And I don't care if he is. Like I said before, this is, well, first of all, we're not married, so I don't, check him or chase him or what he's doing with other women anyway. Number two, we're not even talking to each other right now. So at this point, for you to try to bring that to me as a means to an end is, I'm not going to say it's corny because it might be good to let the woman know, but it's just, okay. You talk about the dick thing where you're talking about his size versus yours. Again, even though that might be the case, I'm still not going to deal with you. Matter of fact, I'll take it a step further. Even if Seti Nash had no penis at all, even if he didn't have a penis at all, I still would not have sex with you. And then I gave you a simple request. Since you're, texting me and trying to essentially date me, can you just share my page? Can you put me on a panel? Can you answer a question? Can you do can you do something like that? Just to try to see what you were going to say. And of course you didn't do it. You didn't want to do it. But guess what? I'm already dealing with someone who is doing the same thing. Why would I sit here and hop from Seti Nash to you for you to do the same thing to me and just be lesser of a man while doing it? Why would I sit here and waste my time? If you can't share my videos or share my pictures or, support my page, you want me to support you or give you whatever it is that you want, and you can't do something as simple as that, but yet you have all these ugly old women that you're promoting on your page, all these nasty old whores, who aren't a tenth of the woman that I am. If you can promote them, then you can promote me. If you can't, that's fine. I'm still going to get views off of you anyway, because goodness knows you care about views more than life itself. So with the 23 views that this video is going to get, I hope that keeps you up at night. I really do. Because if you were to post me on your page, I was only going to get 23 more views anyway. So I hope the fact that now I'm still going to get 23 views off of your name regardless, and you don't have to do anything. You dudes kill me, man, with this, dudes like you kill me with this whole psychological warfare stuff. I mean, it kills me. Why don't you play psychological warfare and stop getting robbed on video? Why don't you play psychological warfare and graduate from college or be able to afford New York City full rent housing? And I don't care what I say about Seti Nash. You don't say anything about him. You specifically don't say anything about him. You want to know why? Just because you're not worth it. See, I'm a great person. I'm worth it. You're not. You have a low opinion of me? Well, you definitely don't want to know what I think about you. I don't like you. You think just because I'm a female and I spoke to you, that means I like you? Oh, and another thing, you said the girl Keish C, who did an interview with Seti Nash, you said that was your ex. Like I told you before, you try to come in here and say that he's dealing with Keish C. You know, she's my ex and she's in Maryland and he's going to go see her. He was going to go see her and she got her number. Listen, that bitch is tired and old. Okay. When I saw it, first of all, I already saw that interview I saw the screenshot. I didn't even bother listening to the video because I saw it was like some candles or some other dumb shit. I saw the first 10 seconds of that video and I was bored and clicked off. I been saw that video months ago and I saw her. That's why when you sent it to me, I'm like, oh, her? First, she's not her? She ain't no threat. And for you to even act like she's a threat is laughable to me. Not every man likes fucking to the Commodores like you do, you stupid motherfucker. He don't like that bitch. Don't nobody want that old, dried up, chewed up ground meat or whatever the fuck she's trying to offer him. He might fuck her, maybe. If he's in the area, he might fuck her once or twice. She's not going to last 3 months with him. I guarantee you that. I put that on my life he won't. Are you upset because he's talking to her, so you want to try to do a get back and talk to me or something? Listen, first of all, that's not even an even swap. First of all, you're going to have to bring out somebody under 40, if you want to sit here and do the swip swap thing with me. You can't even compete. Don't everybody want to drink fucking St. Ives and fucking dance to the fucking Isley Brothers like you do all the fucking time with them or whatever the fuck you doing with them? Don't every man want to fuck old women? Fuck them while she making a pot of beans, nigga. You the one that wants to fuck old, beat up, wore out whores. Now, one thing about him, I think he has a little bit more class than that. So don't try to sit here and make it an even swap like, oh, you're going to talk to my girl, so I'm going to talk to yours and all this other stupid shit. I don't have time for your little creep squad, little petty, little fucking games. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. All these women, shit, if I did want to be down with you, I'd be embarrassed. All these women you deal with, you don't look like nothing. You have all these old beat up ass women, all these golden girls, Thelma and Louise ass old women, smelling like collard greens with the flabby arms. You date the women at the church that make the food after church in the basement with the big jiggly arms. Those are the women that you deal with. And I'm sorry, I don't have jiggly arms. So I don't know what you see in me. I don't know where you think this was going to go. I wasn't born in 1943, dumbass. And before you talk about, oh, I have pictures. Yes, I sent you pictures. I send, a lot of people pictures. I already told you why. I really don't care. So you can go ahead on and send my pictures, whoever you'd like to, whatever. I really, really hate it when people talk. One thing I hate is when people talk to me like I'm stupid or try to treat me like I'm stupid. That really, really makes me upset. And I just think that's what your whole interaction with me was. Now, you might just be a guy just trying to get, whatever, and that's cool. But I don't like that. I don't like you trying to, think that you're going to try to mess with my self-esteem to get me to date you. That is the worst thing to do. That is the worst. I'm the worst when it comes to that. You're sitting here telling me Seti Nash doesn't love you. Seti Nash doesn't love you. Seti Nash doesn't love you. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Are you a fucking Care Bear or something? Why are you so concerned about him loving me and me love and he doesn't love you? He doesn't love you. Okay. Let's say that's true. Let's say he does not love me. What does that mean as far as you and I are concerned? Like, clearly speaking. I'm asking you. Okay, let's say that's true. He doesn't love me. So now what? That doesn't mean that I'm automatically going to jump to you or anybody else. Like, what planet are you on? Are you just going to be some snaky kind of dude and just try to, I don't know, slip in when I'm vulnerable or something? Listen, I'm not vulnerable. First of all, regardless of how I feel about Seti Nash, I'm not going to I'm never going to have low self-esteem, regardless of what happens with him or I. I don't know why you dudes think that self-esteem somehow, just evaporates when you get with one person. No, that's not how self-esteem works. People with high self-esteem can get in an argument, they can break up, they can do whatever. That doesn't mean that they don't have high self-esteem at the end of it. And that's the same with low self-esteem. It doesn't matter anything about that, anything about what happens in the middle. At the end of the day, you're going to have low self-esteem and you're going to act that way. But yeah, you seem to be really, really tight for whatever reason with Seti Nash. You really are tight, because you're like, don't make him sound lovable. Don't make him sound lovable. Well, I'm just telling you the situation. I mean, I don't know what else you want me to say. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie and make him seem worse than what he is. I'm not going to go all out my way to do that. Well, I'm sorry, but you don't compare to him. You don't excite me. I don't fear and respect you. When he looks at me, even if it's through like a camera phone, when he looks at me, I get excited. When I look at you, I don't see a man. When I look at him, I see a man. I see a flawed one. I see a man. He's more dynamic and empathetic than you are. He is better at adapting to different situations and applying real world knowledge to situations. He's better at planning and organizational skills. He's a better leader, a better father. And to be quite honest, in my opinion, I believe he looks better. He looks richer and more mature and better taken care of. He has like that, I don't know, like a real, just a manly, mature, masculine look to him. Not just like his clothes or whatever, just the way he looks. That's one of the things that you want to say, what do you love about him so much? He looks very masculine. He looks like a man. And unfortunately, when I see you, I just see little Bill. I don't see that man that I'm looking for.